Hi, welcome to another episode of David Rides a Trike. I'm David, and yes, I am riding a trike. If this is your first time watching one of my videos, please listen to the short introduction. If you're familiar with my channel, there is a skip intro link down in the description below. I make videos trying to motivate people with chronic illnesses and disabilities to find some fun form of outdoor exercise, because doing so is therapeutic and can be a lot of fun. Just be sure you get clearance from your doctor if you're going to embark on any kind of exercise plan. Personally, I fall into both the chronically ill and disabled categories. I was diagnosed as a type 1 diabetic when I was a year and a half old. I had a pancreas transplant when I was 41, and that cured me of being diabetic. I've had 3 organ transplants total. I've had stage 3 cancer that was successfully treated and cured with surgery and chemotherapy. I am legally blind. I've had countless surgeries and procedures, hospitalizations for all manner of illnesses and maladies, and currently I am fighting stage 4 cancer that has spread throughout a lot of my body. Back on December 28th of last year, that was 2021, I was told by my oncologist that my cancer diagnosis was pretty grim. The cancer was terminal, and with chemo, I probably had a few months to a year to live. Without chemo, it was a matter of weeks, maybe a month or two. Naturally, I opted for the chemo. That was my only option, and the chemo did a good job. A lot of the cancer regressed somewhat, but it didn't go away, and then it stopped working. I'm now on another form of chemo, but anyhow, I know that that first round of chemo did give me extra time. My doctor says, yeah, you've definitely got extra time. I can't tell you how long. It could be a matter of months, a year, 5 years, 10 years, we just don't know. So I just keep going along. I go to chemo every week and get out to ride my trike when I can. So I've accepted the fact that I am going to die from this cancer. That is, unless I get run over by a car, struck by lightning, have a SpaceX booster rocket accidentally land on me instead of the designated landing area it's supposed to land on. But I'm okay knowing that. I've been fighting illnesses that had a strong likelihood of killing me for a lot of my adult life, and I've always come out the victor until now. Over the years, I've learned a few things about fighting. When I was a kid, I used to get in a lot of fights, and I didn't know anything about fighting. Sometimes I'd win, sometimes I'd lose. But then in my early 20s, I started studying martial arts, and I did it not to learn how to fight. I did it because an ophthalmologist said it might help me to gain some depth perception, even though at that time we knew I was only going to have one eye, one functioning eye for the rest of my life. So I started doing martial arts, and it actually did help with that depth perception problem somewhat, but I also did learn some things about fighting. And one of the things I learned is there's always somebody better than you. You're always going to face an opponent who knows more, is stronger, is faster, and you're not going to defeat that opponent. And when faced with that situation, accept your loss with dignity and grace. On the other hand, I learned never give up until the fight is over. Keep fighting as long as you can. And that's what I've always done. And that is what I'm going to do with this cancer. Yeah, I know it's going to take my life, but I'm going to go down swinging. I know I'm going to lose the fight, but I'm going to win a few rounds. The way I'm going to win a few rounds is through a variety of methods. One of them is I will never feel sorry for myself. Feeling sorry for yourself or adopting the woe is me attitude, as I like to call it. Hang on, I got to go around a huge pile of horse poop. Can lead you, not can, it does lead you down into wormholes that are very, very difficult to climb out of. So I will never say, woe is me, why has this happened to me? I also know there's always something worse. Yeah, this is pretty bad, but there are certainly worse ways to go. Another thing I'll do is listen to music. For me, music soothes my soul. It can relieve stress and just always, always makes me feel good. I will also try to remain active for the rest of my life because I found that motion is life. Moving your body is always a good thing. And as long as I can do it, I'll do it. And of course, I'll ride this trike. I could feel like hell. I can feel sick. I can be in a lot of pain. I go out and ride, and I'm a new man. It's really unbelievable. And I'm not saying this is going to happen with everyone, but I know for me, it always makes me feel better. I get bad pains in my legs from the cancer, and it's difficult sometimes to stand or walk. I sit down on the trike and start pedaling, and my legs feel great. And they usually feel good for a while afterwards too, anywhere from an hour to a few hours. So as long as I can, I'll be riding this trike. One of the other things I'll do is find joy in my life. I will always find a source of joy and happiness. And of course, one of those biggest sources is my wife, Debbie. We've been married almost 40 years, and she's the love of my life, always has been, always will be. And what she's gone through with me, no person should ever have to go through. And she's been as strong as you could possibly imagine. She's truly a superwoman. And then, of course, there's my son and daughter-in-law, my sister, my immediate family, my extended family, and my friends. Frankly, a lot of my friends I consider part of my family. And no, don't ask me. If you are, If you are, you already know it. So, yeah, I will continue to find joy in life until I take that last breath. And when I do take that last breath, I'll do it with a smile on my face, because doing so will be just one more round of this fight that I can say I've won. That's it. I will see you on the next ride. Bye-bye.